All right, welcome back, guys. Today, no welding, but we're going to show you a little tech support troubleshooting. So one thing that comes up every now and then is we'll have someone call in and they'll say they've had their machine for a while. It's been running great, and all of a sudden they get minimum amperage. No settings changes, but they hit the pedal, they'll get high frequency, it'll start the arc, but they have no control over the amperage. So we'll say, okay, well, if you've got like an EXT or a Typhoon, we'll tell them to put it into 2T only. We'll check, you trigger the pedal and the amperage jumps up. Like, okay, the machine's reading the input correctly, but it's not reading the actual amperage control. So 9 times out of 10, what that is there's actually a little set screw for the potentiometer and the pedal that's come loose, and it's allowing that drive gear to spin on the potentiometer arm and not actually engage the pot. So today what we're going to do, we're going to take this pedal apart, show you how to fix that real quick, because it is hard to describe how to do it just telling someone. So yeah, we'll pull this pedal apart, show you how to fix that, get it back up and running. So first thing you need, flat blade screwdriver. Small one's good. You basically want it the same size as the little push pins on the side of the pedal. As long as it'll fit within that push pin, then we're going to be good for the rest of it. So let's go ahead. We'll push these little spring-loaded push pins in. As you do that, the pedal top will want to jump up. There you go. Top comes off. That exposes the inside of our pedal. So now we're going to rotate this body up, and in this little window, we can see our drive gear for the potentiometer arm. When this gear comes loose, what can happen is the pot will slide off to the side, and it'll actually come out of this little hole here. So you can see it's out there. I just pushed it back through. So now as we drive this top gear mechanism, we can see it's rotating the gear inside the window. But if we turn the pedal on its side, it's not spinning that slot. So that's telling us that the drive gear is spinning on the potentiometer arm and not actually engaging the pot. So the easiest way to do this is you want to make sure that the pot is in its little nesting spot here. There is a little slot and there's a little tab on the potentiometer that slides into that little notch. We'll then take our gear, make sure it's slid over, that way the pot can't move side to side. And all we're going to do is just take a little flat blade screwdriver, push that over, that's good, and just crank it down. So now that it's tight, when we turn this pedal back on its side, you'll see that it actually indexes that slot. So that's telling us that as we push the pedal down, it is rotating that potentiometer, and we're going to get our amperage control back. So 9 times out of 10, when someone says they lose amperage control from the pedal, that's what it is. That set screw comes loose, and it allows that gear to spin on the potentiometer arm and not actually engage it. So in order to put the top back on the pedal, we're all done in here. Basically set the back of the pedal right up against the back of the top, because what we want to do, we want to make sure that this return spring sits right in the center. So if we set it right on top, sometimes it won't push that return spring down forward. It'll actually try to push it back. So we'll just slide the top of the pedal to the back of the base. As we push down a little bit, we're now sitting on these push pins. So we'll just push them in slightly, hold the pedal, because that return spring will want to make it pop back up at us, just like that. This is the trickiest part, is just getting this top back on, because these push pins do have a pretty good amount of force behind them. So we'll basically push the pedal down. We'll then line our push pins back up with the holes in the side of the pedal. We've already got that one clicked in. So now this one's caught up just a little bit. Sometimes you got to take a screwdriver and just recenter it just a little bit, because I pushed it in too far. Just got to see where it's catching. Sometimes we've got to let it pop back out. All right, there we go. So now it's popped back out. We just need to push it in just enough to get the top over, like that. As we line that hole back up, it clicks back in. We just double check our pedal operation. It is returning. Everything feels smooth, so we got it lined up. So now we're ready to plug the pedal back in. We'll get our amperage control back. So super simple. This is one of those things where trying to talk it out over the phone, it's kind of hard to describe. You kind of have to see it. You have to open the pedal up to really understand what we're talking about. So we figured it'd be nice to make a little video on this. That way we can shoot somebody a link instead of trying to talk them through it. They can go back and rewatch the video and follow along step by step. So if you do lose amp control, 9 times out of 10, like I said, it's going to be that little set screw. So take the top off the pedal and just double check that it is tight on that potentiometer arm. If it's not, go ahead and give us a call and we'll get you fixed up, but that should fix it. All right, thanks guys. Hope you found this informative. Hope it helps somebody else out, and we will see you guys soon.